Lady Ballers?
Welcome back. We're Soccer Props.
And it's game time.
Okay, first of all, Kristie, where are you right now?
I am in Steph McCaffrey's new Newport house, and I've been here for a week, and I've just overstayed my welcome completely, and I just can't leave. I cannot bring myself to go back to the city. It's just so beautiful here.
That's great.
Yeah.
And Sammy, where are you right now?
I'm in Manchester. I'm doing my quarantine to be here in the UK before I can start training with the team. So I'm in England.
Are you itching to get to training, or is it kind of nice to have a moment?
No, it's not nice. Well, parts of it are fine. I've actually been thinking I do yoga twice a day because I have nothing else to do. And I've been watching TV and actually catching up with people and sleeping 10 hours a night. So it's not all bad for sure. I feel like having some downtime is probably good for my life longevity.
Yeah.
But I'm so itching to get on the field and start training with the girls just because I missed the team environment and missed soccer obviously. So I'm excited for that. But I'm halfway through, so I have 7 more days.
Yeah. That's awesome. We're so excited for you. We actually were in Man City working with the team in March. Feels like it was here. Yeah, and the campus, the stadium, every single thing about Man City was just unbelievable. We had such a great experience watching the team and evereverything. So we're pumped.
The lady who did the laundry was the sweetest woman in the whole world, and she put couches in her the laundry room, and she's the therapist for the team.
Oh, that's awesome.
Therapist mom.
Apparently the players go in there and they vent to her and stuff like that, and she's just a shoulder to lean on.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. Well, I'm so excited to meet everybody. Obviously I haven't met many people yet because I'm quarantining, but it'll be great.
Have you played with any of those girls in the past?
I've played against some of them, but I don't actually I haven't known anybody personally very well. I kind of tangentially, there I go trying to use a big word. No, through Kristie. So she's been really nice and texting me and helping me a little bit, but I only know some of them by name or by playing against them.
That's awesome. Do you guys know, is it Jill Scott? Jill Scott and who else? Janine Becky, we worked with her too. Yeah, they're awesome. So yeah, that's great. And although you have to quarantine, that stinks, but you'll be out there before you know it.
Yeah.
How are you guys? What are you guys up to right now?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of crazy because all the teams seasons, all the young players, some people don't have seasons at all. Some people are still playing. So we're trying to kind of survey everyone and try and keep up with what's going on. And we're also leaning towards the side of helping the players with their anxiety and stress right now, because it's more of the mental stuff that we can help with and less physical stuff,
Can you give that to me as well? Because
of course.
Yeah. Well, okay. So talk about your championship. We are so excited for you, Kristie. The dash was it was just so much fun to watch you guys win. We're sorry to hear about your hamstring injury, but how does it feel to be a champion?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. It's so funny because Steph McCaffrey came up with this really funny quote at the beginning of the tournament, and she was like, "The Dash are a freight train from hell."
That's awesome.
So that's literally just it made me laugh so hard because it was the beginning of the tournament. We obviously just didn't know how we were gonna do. But it's just so true. We literally were a freight train from hell. And It was, I mean, obviously I was a little bit shocked at, how well we did, but I just think that we just came together so much as a team. And I think we were just the team that wanted it the most. And it was so special to win something like this that will probably never happen again. Obviously it was tournament style, and I think there was obviously a little bit of luck involved, but I think we definitely deserved it, and we just had so much fun with it. I mean, it was I've said this a million times, but I've never actually really won anything before, so I was just so happy and so excited to be able to celebrate for once. And I think I probably took it. What?
The picture of you with the beers, all the beers.
Oh my God, I know. And everyone just like loves that picture. And I think it's funny, but people just like go crazy about it. And I'm like, yeah, dash on. Yes. Everyone loves that. But yeah, it was amazing. And it was so much fun. I mean, obviously the tournament was so difficult for everyone, just mentally and physically, but it was great. And we're just really happy.
Did you feel like the unconventional atmosphere and like the fact that everyone was kind of on an even playing ground because there were so many unknowns and it was just so different for everyone? Do you think that played to like your team's strengths of just being able to like adapt in the moment to that kind of schedule and being in the bubble and everything?
Yeah, I just think we were, I mean, I'm sure other people would say otherwise, but I think we were just the team who wanted it the most. I think there were some teams who went into the tournament just kind of like, oh, this is a way to get games in. But like, we were just like, no, we're winning this. Like, this is our time. So we just took it super seriously and we gave it everything we had. And yeah, I mean, we tried so hard. We were together. There were so many ups and downs just on and off the field. And I think it just made us stronger as a group and we just battled it out.
One of our favorite parts of the final was when you guys had the group huddle, and I think it was Rachel Daly who was talking to everyone, and she was so inspirational, and the camera was like up in everyone's faces. And we were saying, I think Alana, you said this, you were like, no one has ever like had a camera in a huddle like that where everyone can see what's going on. And it was so cool. Like we felt the energy, and we knew you guys were going to win that game. Like you really wanted it more than the other team, I guess. And like, that's so important to winning. So we were just pumped for you guys.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where it was such like a difficult time, just like in the world and in our lives. And it was kind of like just this light, the only light in our lives that we had at the time. So we all just like were so emotional and took it so seriously, and it was literally just like something to feel so positive about. So I think that's also why we celebrated so hard, was just because like we had finally like hit the finish line of something that was just so mentally and physically exhausting that we were just so happy. And like the locker room afterward was like absurd. Like you would have thought we would have won the World Cup. Like
I love it. Yeah, why
it was so ridiculous.
How long were you guys in Utah? Like, how long was the beginning to the end of your training included?
I think so. We got there. Sam, when did you get there?
I want to say like June 27th.
Yeah, and then I think we came maybe the 29th, and then the final was July 26th. So it was like almost a month.
And were you allowed to like go out to get food? Was it like a real like a bubble, like where you were stuck in the same place the whole time?
Yeah, like only one person from the staff was allowed to leave at all times. Like we all had to stay at the hotel, and his name's Carlos, he would have to go and get food every single day and snacks. We weren't allowed to leave. We could order like Uber Eats and stuff, but we couldn't leave the hotel unless it was to go to the field or to get tested.
I hate how they made such a big deal about the NBA doing this, and you guys did it first, and you did it better. Annoying.
I feel like there are so many leagues.
Up too.
Yeah, there are so many leagues who are like, oh, we're the first team to successfully do this. And it's like, no, you aren't.
No, you're not. Well, Dave, we were just talking to Beast Mode Soccer, Dave Copeland, and he literally was like, they should have made this a reality show for you guys to get to know the players, like in such a small space, and everyone like just doing a bunch of stuff together. And it would have been a great way for everyone to get to know the teams better too, for the women's soccer. But they haven't done anything like that, I feel like, for women's soccer, like do with hockey and like football and all that stuff. But maybe in the future we'll try and pitch it.
Yeah,
I feel like it was a good time where, even though it probably wasn't the most desired type of season for you guys to have in terms of like fans, everyone got like so much more invested in each team. I think it's like week by week, it was happening so fast. I think everyone just got to see more pieces behind each team. Like even just seeing the clips from the Dash that they were posting, like it made me invested in your team and like the type of environment and how like hype you guys would get. And you would never see that in a normal, like, here's this weekend's NWSL game, like it gave such a unique I guess, just cram time of getting to see soccer nonstop that I think it got so many more fans on board. So I'm hoping that really helps with next season too. I'm praying that this never happens again with.
Yeah.
Well, Kristie, what's next for you now?
I'm literally living day to day. I have no idea. It's so awkward. Just because like anything can change at any time. I have a flight booked back to Houston the 23rd, and we're supposed to resume training the 25th. And then we honestly don't really know what's next. I mean, there are things up in the air about, like a shorter season. So like we might get a couple of games in. But honestly, like I have no idea, and it's so weird. I would love to like go and play overseas somewhere, but it's just really difficult to get over. Like find a team, figure out the loan thing and stuff like that. So it's a day-to-day thing for me. So it's very frustrating, but I mean, I'm a champ, so who cares?
Yeah. So that's all that matters. And honestly, it's just so hard for everyone too. Like, just know that you're not the only one going through that. Like, it's crazy. Even with business, like no one knows what the heck's going to happen like next week. So you kind of have to just take it how you're taking it, like day by day, and you'll be fine. That's great though. And enjoy your time off right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm fine.
as much as you can. So I wanted to quickly, Alana, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, I think something that everyone has always been wondering is what was it like for the two of you growing up playing soccer like this competitively head to head with each other? And you never, I mean, since you started playing till now, you've never had a time when you both weren't playing in the same, realm, in the same leagues, playing against each other and everything. So what was that like growing up with someone that you could be super competitive against, if you guys were competitive with each other or if you worked together? What was it like?
Yeah, I think I've just talked a lot about how like Kristie kind of paved the way for me, and I think as much as like I wanted to compete with her and compare myself to her all the time, I think that Kristie did a really good job of like kind of just like being that representation of like you can make the national team and you can play at a Division I college and you can play professionally, and she kind of like made it more real to me that I could do that too. But then even just like these past couple years and like playing against each other in the league and both like living the same lifestyle, I feel like sometimes with your family or friends, it's hard for them to understand like what you're doing and what you're going through and why it's stressful and why you need to go train on Christmas and like these crazy things that we do. And to have someone in my family like who totally gets it because they're going through it too has been really good for me and Kristie's relationship, and I think really helpful for both of us to have someone who like fully understands what it is we're doing and what we want and like why we like put ourselves through so much in order to like play at this level.
I didn't even think about that, like how misunderstood you are by your family when they're like, why can't you just lay off for a second or take a break or this, and you really can't make someone understand that. But that's like that would make me a lot closer with my sister if I had one. But that's awesome. That's such a good point.
What was your favorite memory together playing? Do you have one that like sticks out?
I think what was really special for me, I mean, so far, I still hope that we'll be able to play together one day. But I think it was so special when, I forget where we were, Sam, you probably know, but were we in Spain when we both went in together and you got your first cap?
We were at Algarve, so we were in Portugal, and Kristie had been playing for the national team for a couple years, so she had caps, but it was like my first camp and my first time dressing for a game, and the coach was like, Sam, go warm up, and then Kristie, go warm up. So we were down there warming up together, and I was like, there's no way. And then we subbed on the field at the same time. So like when I got my first cap, Kristie was there, and she was like literally right next to me.
Wow.
So that's, I mean, if it's Kristie's favorite memory, it's mine too.
That's so
That's so rare. I don't think has any other player did you guys make history? Has that ever happened?
Well, so I mean, I don't think that specific subbing on situation has happened before, but the Fair sisters both played for the national team like a while ago, so I think that it has happened before. But I think when we made the U17 World Cup team together. Like that had never happened before. Like sisters had never made like a roster together.
That's crazy.
That is really
on the same team again. That's so cool.
Sorry,
what
say
did
that
you say?
again.
I want you guys to play on the same team again. That's
I know
amazing. It'll make it easier for your parents too.
Sure.
I know we've been talking about it lately too. We're just like, we need to like somehow finagle this where we can play together at some point in our career. And we would love it if it was in Boston, but
gosh.
yeah, we
we
always
keep
talk
talking-
about it. And we think it would be
We
so
keep talking
fun.
about that, about like the NWSL coming back to Boston and how cool that would be for the city, and how fun it would be for Kristie and I to play at home and play together. Obviously, we don't think it's like in the plans right now, but if anybody's listening to this and knows what's going on, you guys know who to call.
Yeah, and I also wanted to ask you guys too, because I feel like both of you are on top of your games right now. Like you're the best we've ever seen you guys play right now. Are you doing anything different at this point in time, or like I don't know? How do you think you're playing right now?
Krist?
I just think, and I mean, I feel like I've said this in every single interview. I just feel like for the past couple years, I've been okay with just being like not bad but not good. Like I've kind of just been like floating through the league. Like I didn't do anything bad, I just didn't do anything good either, and I was fine with it. And then I tore my ACL, and I think it just like triggered something inside of me to just be like, get your head out of your ass. Like this is your career. You need to take this more seriously. Not that I wasn't taking it seriously before, but I think I was just like okay with being okay. So I think that definitely triggered something inside of me. And I think that I just have a different mindset now. So yeah, I do definitely think that I just like feel better. I feel faster. I feel stronger. I take the weight room more seriously. I run harder. I train harder. So I think it's just a mindset thing for me.
That's amazing, because not people usually come out of the other side of an ACL tear with the exact opposite. You know, like just be back or content to be healthy. But now you've taken that and let it like kind of light a fire in you that's wants you to be better than you were before you came back. And that's so funny because Dave was just saying that yesterday. He's like, this is the best Kristie Mewis I've ever seen. Is
He's the best.
coming out of her ACL tear. He's like, it's unbelievable. He's like, I've never seen that before in anyone. So
And I'm sure that inspires a ton of girls who have ACL injuries right now, since there's so many of them, that they know it's possible to come back better than ever. So that's incredible.
Yeah.
What about you, Sammy?
I mean, no, I don't think I'm like, I mean, I don't think I had like the best tournament ever. I feel like I'm like eager to have more playing opportunities so that I can continue to work on my game and grow. I think I'm like kind of in that mindset right now of just like wanting to become the best player I can be. And definitely this year has been a weird one so far. So I'm excited for this opportunity I have here to play in hopefully a full normal season, and hopefully continue to grow and improve.
what are you hoping to learn from playing with Man City?
Yeah, well, I think I feel like already just in talking to the coach, I'm hopeful that I'll grow a little bit like tactically. I think that I'm such an aggressive player and I love to go forward and I love to like create attacking opportunities, but I feel like sometimes I rush and I make like forced decisions and like kick the ball out of bounds or give it away because I'm like always trying to just go so fast and go forward and like attack. So I'm actually wondering and hoping that if playing in a new like league and system and in kind of a different like soccer culture, if I'll like be able to evolve in that way a little bit and kind of grow in the sense that I can make smarter decisions and be a little bit more tactically aware of what's on. I think I've just always been this like 100% like let's go player. So I'm excited to see if I can learn from the players that are here on the team and from the staff that's here, and maybe learn to like add some depth to that and to my decision making.
That's awesome. That's gonna be crazy that you're gonna be living a regular normal season somewhere where, you know, that's like, that's just it's such a stark comparison to how it is here right now.
Yeah. I hopefully everything goes smoothly.
Do we want to end with some superlatives for them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Who is the most competitive out of you two?
I think we both are.
You both wanted to answer yourselves.
We're both like psychotic, but I think like when it comes to each other, like we're both so supportive now that like if we were both shooting and we had 10 shots, I'd be like, go Kristie. Like I want her to succeed, but I think we're both like very competitive.
All right, but what if you're playing like a very dysfunctional game of Monopoly? Like who's yelling first?
Sam.
I'm
We're
also like a rules stickler.
Yeah, like we're competitive about different things. Like sometimes I'm like, Sam, like you're being a psycho. Like stop, you're being a psycho. But then other times, like it's the complete opposite, where like I'm the one being the psycho and she like doesn't care at all. It's just like completely different things.
That's so funny. All right, who talks the most trash?
Me.
Yeah. Respect.
On the field?
Sam, do you talk trash? Like I feel like you don't really.
No, I feel like I don't know, maybe did it once in high school and I felt so bad that I was like, this isn't you.
Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like it's not me.
Who would make a better goalie?
I hope me, I'm taller.
Yeah,
I
maybe
like
Sam.
have a secret
One of you
dream
not
to
more
be
than the other?
more coordinated.
Who is? It's even?
I don't know. I don't know. I do though. I have like a secret dream to be like a 4th string goalkeeper and like have a miracle happen where I like get to play there for 10 minutes at the end of the game. Like it's like if it ever happens, like I will die happy.
That sounds like my literal nightmare.
Yeah, you're the opposite of me. I would cry.
Oh, I want to so bad. Like sometimes I'll throw gloves on before training and like make the goalkeepers like throw me balls and be like, "See, coach."
That is so funny. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Didn't that happen to someone on the U.S. Women's national team, like in the 90s?
Yeah, Mia Hamm had to play.
Yes. Oh my God.
God.
About that.
Maybe that'll be you. You'll do that.
Here's hoping.
All right, who argues with the referee more?
You guys are asking like questions that we both do obsessive. Like I feel like we would both absolutely obliterate the ref if given the opportunity.
All right, that's a fair
would.
answer. That is
Sam,
so
the thing about like Sam's nicer about it. Like she'll be like, "Ref, that was terrible," and I like just go absolutely like
Blackout.
like rated R, like yelling rated R.
hilarious. All right, who's the better cook?
Sam. Well, Sam's husband Pat is like so good at cooking right now, like it's his thing, and I feel like Sam, you know way more. Like the other day, Sam was like, "Do you want to like put some olive oil on your avocado toast?" And I was like, "What? Yes." And like I didn't know you're supposed to do that, but it was 10 times better.
I know, it's so good.
I've never had that. I should do that.
Oh my God! You get
you have
big
to.
sea salt and little olive oil. It's so good, you
And
guys.
pepper flakes?
Ooh, yep.
Yep.
Sounds lit.
Yeah.
Sounds very lit.
Who got in trouble more as a kid? Who was the bigger
Kristie.
troublemaker?
Me.
Yeah, you guys just tell from looking at her, she has like a little devil inside her.
All right, well, who sucks up more, like to a teacher or to a coach?
Me.
Sam.
Like the polite ref voice.
Yeah, I'm like a goody two shoes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Who is more athletic?
Oh, we already did that one.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, don't worry. With the goalkeeper we were talking about.
Oh, there you go. I think.
Oh, who's more gross?
Gross? Well, me.
Or
Like,
arts that could just be like picking your nose. I don't know. Doesn't
Well,
shower after
Kristie-
practice.
Kristie like takes really good care of herself and is like beautiful and like does her hair and shaves her legs, and I'm just kind of like a swamp creature.
Me too.
Honestly,
That's me.
I feel like that's been me this whole quarantine. Like, I don't freaking do my hair. Like, I just.
Yeah, your hair looks nice. Look at this. I'm going with like the.
I feel like all of us just stick our hair back for this and like hope for the best.
The sweat just keeps it in place. It's great.
Well,
I said to Sam, I was like, "Can I wear these or no? Or is that like inappropriate?"
Totally could have.
you remind me of like Bridesmaids when she's on the plane. All right.
Who's more into music? 2 more.
Okay.
Me.
Who's more spiritual? Or it's not either of you.
I don't think either.
We're not. Yeah, we're
We're
not.
very like physical.
Science.
What about superstitious? Are either one of you superstitious?
Not really. No. Are you, Sam?
No, not really.
Yeah. Not really. No.
So interesting. I feel like usually like when we talk to players on the US team, especially, they're like, yeah, I do this, that, and the other thing. But like, it's kind of cool you guys aren't, because then you're not relying on like luck, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I've tried to be superstitious, but like I don't want to, like exactly what you said, Carly. Like I don't want to like rely on my superstitions to like dictate whether or not I'm gonna play well. So like I definitely have tried like certain things. Like I'll put one cleat on and then the other cleat on, and then like I'll put my shin guards in after warm-ups. Like I think I probably just naturally have habits that I do, but I don't want to have to rely on a superstition for like my mind to think I'm gonna play well.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's the way to be.
Definitely does.
I feel like you guys are very different but very similar at the same time. I don't know how to explain it.
We get that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I know. It is weird because like we are so different, but then we think alike on so much too.
Yeah, and I feel like we like love, like we're in so many ways personality wise like polar opposites, but then we like love laying on the couch and like watching reality TV and like it's just the best. Like when we're together, I'm like, can we just rot all day? And she's like, yeah, like, obviously.
I like that, just rot all day.
Yeah. That should be like a motivational quote.
What's the reality show?
It would motivate me.
What, do you guys like Bravo or what?
Oh, Bravo. I love Bravo. So
Trash TV. Trash.
I'll like wake up at like 5 a.m. and just like have it on my phone. Like I have the app. Like I'm a
I do too.
We when we were both home, we like just moved into a new place, and the house that lives there, like, so it's me, Pat, our roommate, our friend Brandon, and Kristie was all there. And every night it would get to a point in the night and we would just be like, is it time yet to turn on Jersey Shore from season 1? And we like literally restarted it from episode 1. And every night we would just like watch it together as a household for like the whole week. It was
so bad.
All right, you got sunglasses, Alana?
Yep.
Nice. How do I take a picture though? 1, 2, 3. Good. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for chatting with us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys.
Bye.